Hello, Bison fans. Welcome back to another episode of the Charging Ahead podcast, where I'm delighted to be joined by Welsh forward Adam Harding. How are you doing, mate?
Yeah, I'm good. Thanks, mate. Yourself?
Good, good. I'm doing all good, thank you. How's your summer been? I've seen you've been sort of traveling around, getting yourself out there.
Yeah, it's been fun. We started the summer off with a bit of traveling, and it was nice to get away for a couple of weeks before we get back to work.
Yeah, of course. So we'll obviously go straight into it then. How did the sort of move to Bison come about after obviously being away for 3 years?
Yeah, I was just chatting to well, after the news of the Bison sort of coming back. I was talking to the likes of Gary and George and a few of the other guys that were there when I was there a few years ago, and it just seemed like the right fit. We had such a close group there last time I was there. I loved my 2.5 years playing there. So it was kind of a no-brainer to come back, really.
Yeah, I mean, you say about having a tight group of people. You were clearly close with Tom Ralph, who was a D man for Bison back when you played. Sort of, how did the sort of names come about that Babby was sort of announcing out for you boys?
Yeah, Tommy and I spent a lot of time in the Apollo Hotel together. We were sort of yeah, staying there together, and we just had these nicknames for each other. And one day I just went to Bavy and just said, "Hey, Bavy, when you're announcing Tommy, can you announce him as Tom Wreck It Ralph?" I think the first one was. And then he threw a bit of shade at me and did one for me, and it would just change every week, and it just got a bit of banter. But yeah, it was good fun, and it was nice that Babby sort of played along with it as well.
Yeah, of course. He loves it. He loves playing to the crowd, playing to the players as well. So I'm sure he's excited to be back in Basingstoke too. Um, One person that is changing, obviously, from the core that you were talking about when you last played, is the coach. I mean, how excited are you to be playing under Jeff, a new coach of this league, sort of a new sort of challenge for both of you guys, I guess.
Yeah, I haven't spoke to him yet, but I've seen his resume, and um, yeah, his resume speaks for itself. Really, I think he'll probably do a really good job. I know Steve's obviously done some vetting, so I'm sure he's the man for the job, and I'm excited to sort of to learn from him and see what he brings.
Yeah, I mean, it's been announced that he's obviously up to date with all the Instat and all sort of the new era, you could say, of coaching. How does that help you as a player? Obviously, you were under most recently Tom Watkins, who's obviously a very light coach around this league. How does it sort of help you as a player and sort of work on sort of your game?
Yeah, both Tommy and Jamie and Telford and Bristol they used Instat, and I think it's a really good tool we have. Just something so simple like watching your face-offs back and how you did against one guy on that Saturday night, and you're playing him Sunday. How can I beat him? He beat me, 3 out of 5 times. How did he get the edge? And it's just like something so simple like that. You can sort of watch your games back and correct it for the next night. And also, it's just a good sort of tool to keep track of your percentages and your plus minuses, things like that you sort of take pride in.
Yeah, of course. Sort of talk about last season again. You played in D for some part of the season. How was that? How did that sort of feel for you?
Yeah, I mean it was my first time ever playing D, and I didn't realize I could skate backwards. And there was certain moments where I probably couldn't skate backwards, but we learned along the way. It was just one of those things that we got very unfortunate last year with injuries, so I was called upon to play on the back end because I'd been on the top of the power play in Telford for a little bit. So Tommy sort of seen me sort of walking the blue line and stuff, and he ended up asking me to play D, and I ended up playing I think about 25 regular season games and then the whole of playoffs in D.
Yeah.
Not what I signed for, but it's just one of those things you want to do what's best for the team, and if for me it's doing that, it doesn't bother me what role I'm in as long as I'm helping and contributing to the team some way somehow. But it was actually quite fun. I liked seeing the game from a D perspective, which I think it'll help me in the future, sort of getting into the right spots for the D. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, being a centre is obviously a very two-way game, sort of 100-foot game. So fingers crossed that can sort of help you going forward into obviously the Bison era, and you should hopefully be in centre for the whole year. Fingers crossed.
Yeah, well, that's where I'm hoping to be. But it is what it is. If I've got to move on the back end at some point, that's fine. But I know we've got a few guys which have that versatility, so I'm sure we'll be all right.
Yeah, of course. So you've been in the league for so many years now. You've been around obviously in the EPL, you've been around in the Elite League. How do you sort of feel the league is going? Are you happy with sort of how the league's heading with obviously adding the four imports back in again?
Yeah, I mean the standard is increased. Obviously, the imports help with that, but I think the standard of imports have gone up as well. Just being able to, like back when I was in EPL, you had to have some sort of British or European sort of pass to sort of play over here, but now you can sort of bring Canadians in, no issues. And the standard has definitely gone up. You can see that with regards to it going up another import this year. Yeah, it's only going to make the league better. I'm all for the Brits, so I'm hoping it doesn't take too many opportunities away from British players. Um, but yes, it's definitely going to give the league a bit more credit. That's for sure.
Yeah, of course. And looking through your career as well, just like earlier on in the day, I was looking through, and by the looks of it, everywhere you've played, you've been number four. What's the reasoning behind number four? Why is it such an important number to you? If you obviously don't mind me asking.
Yeah, yeah, no, it's fine. Not much significance actually. You'd be surprised. No, my I was born on the 3rd of January, and when I first started playing roller hockey, I got given number three because that was the day I was born. And then one year I couldn't get three, so I just went up to four, and it's just stuck ever since. Yeah,
Ah,
yeah.
well, I'm sure we're all the fans are going to be excited to see you probably wearing number four again for the Bison. Sort of, what's your message to the Basingstoke Bison fans as we finish off this interview?
Yeah, well, I'm like I said in sort of the press release that I'm just really excited that hockey in Basingstoke is back. I think the fans deserve it. Like when I played there, you got to give them credit. Like they were good. They were really good to us. They were so loud and just passionate, and they've been around for so long. You just meeting up with them in the bar and stuff, and you get like listen to stories about the old times. And these people have been around for years, and they just love hockey and Basingstoke. And you look at how the rink was towards the end, and they were still there. Do you know what I mean? It's good. I'm really happy that the hockey's back in Basingstoke.
Yeah, I mean, all the fans are going to be buzzing. I'm sure that first game in September is going to be a night to remember for a lot of people. So obviously, make sure you get down there, watch Adam Harding in action, and obviously keep an eye on all the social media platforms going throughout the summer. We'll have a lot more news coming your way. Obviously, heading into the September as well. So the summer is going quickly. The September will soon be here, and obviously enjoy your summer, and we'll see you soon.